Steve, we're back with Green Hell, but not like before. We're jumping into the world of VR. Steve, Creepy Jar, they're back. Green Hell exists still. It is still going, but it's with a twist. That's right. We grabbed our Oculus. Dude, we are playing Green Hell in VR, a survival game in VR. Now, recently, dude, we played a bunch of these games in VR, and some work, some don't. And the biggest thing for me, coming from Green Hell already on PC, is also on consoles as well. So I've been playing on both sides, right? And now moving forward, I'm into Green Hell in VR, and it's like, wow, what a different experience, but still somewhat familiar, right? It's still somewhat what I've already known. The story, the campaign, it's already there. I've already done that, right? So it's now, how does it feel in the world of VR? Before I get to myself, though, in my new experience with the Green Hell once again, I want to hear about your time with the game, Steve. What did you think? First time playing Green Hell, but now you're in VR.
I loved it.
Nice.
I have to say, I mean, it's the first time you've actually got like more of a story to it. And I do love the way they set you up on the tutorial of like the interaction between you and your wife going back to the Amazon jungle.
Yep.
And they give you very basic tutorial. And I have to say, I'm glad we done the Song in the Smoke VR, that other survival game.
Sure.
Because that gave me a bit of a heads up on what to expect.
Yeah.
And it did not disappoint. And after you get through the tutorial, boy, it just throws you in the deep end. and your wife has gone missing. She went to go off and see a tribe, and you can't get hold of her. And now you're just stuck in the Amazon, and you're out to defend for yourself.
Absolutely. I loved the intro to the game and how it kind of gets you warmed up. There's so many options too, because if you are prone to motion sickness, like VR is a very motion sickness kind of industry right now. The headsets, some are good, some are bad, and it's kind of, how do you fix that? Options, dude. There's options, and I love that by Creepy Jar. I think they did a fantastic job of now going, okay, how do you want to traverse this world, the Amazon, right? Do you want to walk, or do you want to teleport? I instantly went to teleportation because the walking for me immediately just throws me right off, right? I'm literally standing still, but yet I'm walking in the VR experience, and my brain doesn't comprehend that I'm not, like, I'm moving, but I'm not moving. And it just kind of like, dude, I like turn green, right? It's one of those things. I'll be green as the Amazon itself. So I don't want to do that. So by teleporting, I now have the ability to just kind of bounce around and get to places where I need to go to start a fire or bandage myself because I cut myself. Dude, that scrape right at the very beginning of the game, that is legit, man. Like, you feel it. And here's the thing too, because you're moving your controllers, sometimes when you lift your arm, it bends in weird angles and it doesn't feel right. It felt exactly, dude, it felt like it was my arm. I was looking at my arm as I'm holding the controller and I'm bending. I'm like, yo, that is a cut. I gotta fix that because I'm in the Amazon and something's gonna eat me. You know what I mean? That really brings that atmospheric presence of the Amazon and the awareness of, this is a whole different experience. If you've played this on your PC or on your console, I've been there too, right? And it's kind of a more of a laid back experience. You do get over bombarded sometimes by the chatter and the feedback as he starts to go a little crazy because you get sick, right? You get dehydrated. There's definitely that survival element here. But when you're in VR, that just raises the bar 10 times. You know what I mean? And it really enhanced the entire experience. I thought Creepy Jar has done a fantastic job converting what we are so accustomed to on the console and PC into the world of VR and making it work so well and feel like that is me. Like, I am that character.
I do love the way they've done the character as well, because obviously in the tutorial, your wife leaves you a nice smartwatch that you put on, and that. Yeah, so on there you've got your compass and obviously all your stats of your body, of like dehydration, tiredness, fatigue. You obviously got your sleep mode there as well if you need to. And obviously that then you got that on your watch. Then you have your walkie-talkie on your left-hand side that you touch like to interact with Mia or see if there's anyone out there. And the other cool feature I liked was your inventory that was on your chest, or it sort of like tells you how to do stuff.
Yep, sure.
Like
it's accessible.
Yes, and it tells you how to build stuff and what you need, and the good thing I also liked, it'll give you a quick rundown on certain like mushrooms. if you pick up mushrooms, it will tell you cook it first or what the effects could happen.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where I was nearly dying and just eating anything that was on the ground. First of all, if you eat like a couple of mushrooms, it does great. And then, but if you keep eating the same thing, then you start throwing up. You get all your vomit, makes you tired. The only thing I was a bit concerned about is there's not much saving in this game. And I only found out later on that you have to actually build a shelter to create a save point.
Yeah, you have to build a fire.
But the problem is, if my Oculus battery was nearly flat, and I think it switched off halfway through, and then it starts all the way back to where you finish the tutorial.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that does kind of weigh in a little bit differently, right? That does hurt that experience. But that's, dude, that's on you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got to hurry up and craft stuff and find things. But visually as well, I have to say, I love the backdrop.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's like butterflies or the parrots and the birds. I got bitten a few times. I done a good job on the rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
You get the scorpions and spiders hiding in the leaves.
Creepy, right?
You can hear you can hear it in your headset.
Yeah.
And you know it's there. And then all of a sudden it's like, ow. And it's like, then all goes red around the outside. Now I've been poisoned.
Yeah.
But even the Amazon rain as well, I think they've done an amazing job on setting the backdrop for this game.
No, they definitely have, but they also give you the ability to adjust your difficulty settings, right? Are you there just for the story? Do you want that hardcore experience? And it goes from one scale all the way from like the easiest, I'm going to call it baby mode, to the most difficult survival experience, right? Or if you're done with the story, like I'm finished it, and you want to move on, you can just go into a whole complete survival gameplay and just go out there and try to stay alive as long as you can, right? And have that experience of going out crafting and kind of exploring the jungle of the Amazon and stuff. It is definitely a cool experience, and one I don't think any survival game has done this well since hitting VR.
How did you find the crafting of the stuff? I found it pretty straightforward. It's a bit clunky on some places.
Yeah,
especially like when you have your axe and you're trying to cut the wood down or make it smaller pieces. I just found like it was going through sometimes, and your arm kind of bends a little bit. But apart from that, the game mechanics wasn't bad at all for me.
No, not at all. I had very little difficulty trying to do things. It was a little cumbersome trying to set up your fire because you gotta like place each little stick, and sometimes it would kind of pop through and not click the way you want it to, or would think it would as you lay it down. Sometimes as I'm around the fire pit, I'd be like on the rock, so I kind of pop up and then I go back down again, and I pop up and then go back down again. I didn't feel like I was actually on ground level sometimes, right? And that was a little clunky and a little jarring when you're in VR, because all of a sudden you're and up and then you're back down again. But overall, dude, it's pretty solid. I'm not really complaining too much at all. Steve, I think this is easily one of the best survival games we've ever experienced in VR. Green Hell VR is incredible. It felt great. The story is very familiar because I've already played it in the past, but if you haven't, this is a must-get survival game for your Oculus. For me, I'm wrapping up, dude. It's an 8.5. What about you?
Well, exactly what we just talked about, and I do believe it is a really good survival game, and people should check it out if it's your genre of things. And I'm giving this an 8.5 as well.
Nice.
If you're into your survival games and want to try in VR, then Green Hell VR has to be one of the best. Creepy Jar did an amazing job capturing the whole environment of the Amazon jungle, visually and with the audio. Make sure you have plenty of battery life in your VR headset, as you need to build your first shelter to save your game, as it can get very frustrating restarting any lost progress.